Hey guys, welcome back. So today I want to talk about a coin that I started buying quite a while ago. I first heard about the Blocknet when I was tipped off by somebody in my Slack to check it out. I did a little research and the project seemed really solid, so I was very impressed. And over the last few months, I've just been buying all of the dips, basically. And I'm really excited because I think that this quietly dormant coin is going to explode like a volcano soon. Fair warning, this video is going to be a little bit longer than I probably should make it or that I want it to be, but there's a lot of information that I think is very important and I think it's imperative to include. Bear with me here. So the project is Blocknet. It started in October 2014. The goal was to create interoperability and create cross-chain atomic swaps and data transfers. Say that 10 times fast. So in layman's terms, it's the internet of blockchains, basically. The Blocknet is the delivery of potentially any kind of digital service from a node on any blockchain to another. Think about that for a second. That's a big deal. So if I was going to simply bullet point the Blocknet, it's a protocol for allowing different crypto blockchains to communicate and execute their decentralized applications on a local platform, and a decentralized exchange allowing for essentially any crypto-to-crypto combination trade. Being able to do those two things together would create a token ecosystem for blockchain microservices. So let's talk about the protocol portion of the Blocknet. This allows the capability to build apps utilizing different crypto services on whichever blockchain the developer chooses. Currently, you have platforms aiming to do everything and all the things, and as a developer, you need to look for a platform to build on that will provide the features that you need. The Blocknet will change that. It's going to allow you to build on whatever blockchain that you want and then pulling in features off project and utilizing these in a microservice manner. On to the next point, the decentralized exchange. This is going to give people almost limitless options to trade crypto to crypto without needing to utilize the dominant pairs on the major exchanges. Traditionally, we need to go from fiat to either Bitcoin, Litecoin, or Ethereum, right? And we move from Polo to Bittrex and we use that to pick up or buy whatever other coins that we want. But on a decentralized exchange, you're going to be able to place an order on the books for any variation of cryptocurrencies that are supported on the DEX. And that's going to be filled by someone who's looking to buy what you're selling. I'm going to add a list of the currently supported altcoins in the description. I think that concept is really important to grasp to truly understand the convenience that the Blocknet could give. Let me share some graphics. So the first example is going to show going from fiat to Bitcoin to Litecoin to Ethereum. And then from there going on to whatever other alts. Whereas with a decentralized exchange, you can go from fiat to whatever else you want. And just to clarify, it doesn't have to be a block to altcoin transaction. It can be any altcoin to any altcoin. That's a pretty big deal. So now on to some bigger pros. The Blocknet is a decentralized governance, meaning that no central entity or one individual owns the project or runs the project entirely. There's no prevailing company, there's no centralized foundation that can be shut down. There's an upcoming partnership with Bitfinex, which is the second largest crypto exchange that's out there right now. I'm sure most of you have heard of it or you trade on it. And they're in development with them to work on Etfinex. Blocknet's going to be used for trustless cross-chain trades. Another really interesting thing is that it's a self-funded project. That means that the project has a self-funding mechanism already built in. Instead of having X number percentage of staking rewards go to a developmental fund like most projects, they opted for something a little bit more decentralized, which makes sense. Every 43,200 blocks, there's a super block. And this allows the possibility to generate up to 4,320 more block. Proposals are submitted to the network and the nodes can vote on them. This happens two ways. One, there's a physical proposal written on the forums, and then two, the service nodes vote on that. The proposals will state what the person needs or wants, and if the proposal is passed, the funds get transferred to that individual. If the proposal doesn't get passed, nothing gets paid out. Only funds getting paid out are the ones that are generated. You need 10% of the nodes to vote and you need a majority for the proposal to pass. And then the voting ends when the super block ends. It's a very different decentralized democratic take on payment. So the Blocknet is a proof-of-stake project. You receive staking rewards for holding block on the network like most proof-of-stake coins. And I'll add the Excel sheet to the description where you can do the calculations based on what you're holding, what your payout will be. It's very convenient and can get a little obsessive. So at the time of writing this, the average ROI for staking has been approximately 12% for the last 7 days. But recently it's gotten as high as 14.5%. That's a high reward for staking. Let me add that that's a yearly reward. However, if you run a node, you're going to get 21% yearly. Currently running a node is 1.91 times more profitable than just holding 5,000 block. I should add that 5,000 block is what's enough to run a node. So it makes sense if you have that much to run a node and not just stake it normally. You're probably asking at this point, what's the point of the block coin if the Blocknet seems to be the big deal? The block coin is used as a medium for paying trade fees. These go to service nodes to match the trades and for the service of being able to do the atomic swaps. There's an exchange fee on top of the network fee of the assets that you're trading. It's 0.2% for a taker fee and 0.05% for a maker fee. And then 100% of those fees go to the service nodes. Now on to the cons. The exchange is usable now, obviously, because you're going to see the list of coins that are supported, but it's not very convenient. Currently, to perform a trade, you have to do an action through a command line. The good news is the upcoming UI release is going to remove that need to do so. Also, the liquidity on the DEX is very low, but ideally the partner with ETHFinex should bring in more traffic. Since these individual transactions need to happen on their own blockchains and the Blocknet is just the middleman, these transactions are subject to fees on their given chains. As a project, they've been much more focused on tech than they have been on outreach. But they are in the process of building up a team for that because they are aware that it is a weakness. Although I personally see it as more of a neutral issue because some may see prioritizing tech over image as a strength. So right now Block is only listed on Bittrex and Nova. Nova's volume is practically non-existent, and compared to other coins in Block's market cap, Bittrex doesn't have that much volume either. The theory is probably that most people see Block as a long-term investment, and so they're not really willing to sell. Another con I noticed is that their website is a little bit of a deterrent. It focuses a lot on tech, so you don't really get to know the team and you don't see faces when you go on there like you do with normal projects. There's not a lot of marketing buzzwords that you see on other pages, and because of that, it may be perceived as a little dry. Another thing to be aware of is that they currently don't have a white paper, but they are in the process of making it. So I will admit when I started investing in this coin, to be quite honest, I didn't understand the depth and the reach of what this project was trying to accomplish. And in making this video, I learned a lot more about what this is and why it's important. I don't think that there's much out there right now that is taking on such a daunting task like the Blocknet is. And I think that when they are successful, because I think that they're going to be, that it's going to be a huge deal. The price right now compared to the Bitcoin ratio is pretty low, all things considered. So if I were you, I would take a look at their website, take a look at all the resources that I'm going to throw in the description, and give it a chance. Some things to keep an eye out on going forward: the partnership with Bitfinex on the creation of ETHFinex, the upcoming UI reveal, and their live demo should be next week. If you go on their website, you'll see a countdown. The actual UI release is expected for December, and they're going to soon be redoing their entire website to be focused on more of a public image. I will say that I'm super grateful that I learned about this coin before the hype comes out. I think that the UI release and I think that all the other things that are upcoming are going to be a big deal, and I think that everybody's going to know what this coin is soon enough. So I want to thank you guys for watching yet again. Hopefully this was informative and it wasn't too long, but like I said, there's a lot of information and it seemed really, really important to me. The usual, if you haven't subscribed, you should do it. In the meantime, I'm going to be trying to come up with my next idea for a video. Feel free to jump in my Telegram chat, which I just recently made. If you want to give me any recommendations, ideas, you just want to chat, I'm in there pretty frequently. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you soon.